Hey y'all, how y'all doing? My name is Jordan Morton. Today we are going to be talking about Google Hangouts on YouTube Live, and we're just going to be talking about stream revenue. And so we're going to be talking about stream revenue that deals with high school athletic departments, and it's going to be under managed. So what we're going to be talking about is basically about private schools, I guess you can say, and we're going to be talking about some stuff that it's going to be under management control. So what can be controlled for athletic departments? So we're going to be talking about like scheduling games with other schools. So scheduling games with other schools obviously is something that the athletic department has to worry about. And I mean, if they don't schedule games, then how are they supposed to have like just a game schedule even for a sport? So athletic directors definitely have to make a schedule with certain schools, especially in their subdivision, in their district and everything. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's pretty important. Scheduling is probably one of the biggest things, especially football. Football is really big down south. So like
Right.
you get some big key games, some out of district games that can bring in big revenue. That's big money making games. So
Right.
definitely scheduling sports events outside of district games is really important.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. And so setting up transportation. That's a big key. Obviously, when there's away games, you need to at least have a transportation to get point A to point B, especially to certain games. I mean, if you don't have a bus or even gas in the bus to even get to the game, how are you supposed to get your whole team to that game in time without forfeiting? So what do you think about that transportation?
Yeah, a lot of people just think that assume that the bus is going to be there. It's a school, it's a high school, you should have a bus, but like making sure that you have a bus driver, making sure that the bus has the proper it has the amount of people per bus and stuff like that. Making sure you have enough room for everybody and all your gear, and that's a lot of things that get overlooked. And I think that's very important for somebody that's in charge of that athletic department at a
I
high school has to always make sure. And that's probably one of the most elementary keys to any start of any event is
Yeah,
transportation.
I agree. And like you said, I hear that you can't drive a bus without like having a bus card license. So I mean, it's probably a
Yeah,
little difficult finding somebody that
that's very
has.
important.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about uniforms and equipment budget. I mean, that's something that can be controlled under the management for athletic department. They have to make sure that there's the correct uniforms, especially with the same logos of the schools and everything, and especially having the right amount of equipment. You don't want to have 60 players on a football team and only have 58 helmets. So you want
Yeah,
to
it's
definitely.
definitely that's definitely important. Making sure one that you have you're just coming in to order stuff at a certain time to get it in before the start of the season because a lot of times certain brands like Nike and Adidas is having to supply colleges along with the high schools that they check out in their gear. So you have to make sure
Right.
you have to make sure that enough of certain things like socks and balls and helmets coming in in your equipment to get conditioned to make sure that it gets back before a certain time before spring football starts. Very important.
Exactly, I agree with you also. And so like organizing fundraisers, that's something that can definitely be controlled by the athletic department because, you know, if you say you need a certain budget for just sports, you say if you want to get more uniforms or you have enough money, you can obviously do certain fundraisers and you can just it don't matter what type of fundraiser you do, anything can make money, but that's something that athletic department definitely sets up a lot, just by raising money. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree that having fundraisers is very important because outside of actual the cost per ticket that you sell during the game, your program really doesn't make a lot of money on its own. You can ask for donations and you can also have these fundraisers. That's a good way for the families of those high school athletes to get involved and to establish clubs and things. Really important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so like something that's definitely controlled by the athletic department is hiring a coaching staff. I mean, that takes time. You don't want to just bring out any random guy that to just be on your coaching staff. You obviously want to see his background and know his certifications, what he's been through, and just where certain stuff where he's learned his coaching abilities and stuff from. So now hiring coaching staff is definitely something that needs to be controlled by the athletic department. What do you think about that?
I definitely, especially in private schools, I know that having a lot of coaches who just coach is very rare in high school, but you do have a lot of those in private schools. And these guys are
Absolutely.
Well, that coming back when I'm come across that person's desk, you have to pick and choose wisely because that can dictate the next couple of years of a program as by the people you bring in for coaching.
Absolutely, I agree with that. All right, so let's talk about a couple things about out of management control. So some things that can't control is like gas prices for transportation. I mean, obviously, there's in different places there's different prices of gas, and everything. So, I mean, if gas is high, you can't really control that. So, what do you think about that for transportation and gas prices?
Yeah, that's definitely having to do with the budget and having to a little extra.
Yeah, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
agree.
usually within one season it doesn't go up too high, but there's definitely a bit more room in the budget for that.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that. And food prices going up for traveling and everything. When you travel, you obviously have to feed your boys, your kids, your team, your girls, whoever's on your team, whatever the team involves. So when you're transportation and traveling, you know, you can't determine how much a place is when you want to feed, your whole team. So food prices is definitely something you need to worry about, and that's something that you can't control. What would you think about that?
When you're traveling, I always bring back the reference of football teams. That's typically the most humans that you're going to travel with is on a football team. Typically have close to 100 players on these bigger teams with another 10 to 15 coaches. So that's 115. That's not including the managers, athletic trainers, and other people that travel with your team. That's a lot of people to feed. So you definitely have to budget that wisely. Maybe to go eat at a buffet, so you'll get a flat rate fee for everybody.
Yeah,
Other than
that's
just
actually a good
spending
idea.
smart how you spend the money.
Right, definitely feeding above. Definitely buffet is definitely a better idea rather than getting everybody the same thing. Buffet and they get unlimited amount they want. You feed as many mouths as you want. So yeah. And weather issues. I mean, that's something that's out of management control. You can't control. You have say if you have a baseball game or a football game on a day, and then I mean it's storming rain outside. You can't obviously control that. I mean, we don't have too many indoor facilities that has somewhere a team can play on. There's not many of those around here, so that's something that you can't control, especially especially the whole ground's full of water and everything. Say just a lot of stuff like that is out of your range to control. And what do you think about weather issues?
Yeah, weather issues come down, especially in baseball. Baseball and softball play a lot of games throughout the year, so there's going to be a lot of games that do get rained out. And if it's district games, you have to reschedule them.
Right.
But having to account for bad weather and having to either reschedule the event or just put the event off altogether and move on to the next game.
Exactly.
Depending on if it's district or not, is something that's going to have to fall upon the manager as
Work on.
well.
Right. Exactly. And when injuries to kids happen, that's pretty hard to control. You can't always control if somebody's gonna get hurt or not. And so it just sucks. It's a liability, and that's what you do. You sign up for the sport. You know that's your what might happen to you. So injuries is something big, and every athlete thinks about that when they play a sport. And obviously it's not something that wants to happen. So that's kind of out of management control. What do you think about that?
And sometimes you'll have season-ending injuries that might set them out for a couple of days.
Right.
Have to have the liability issue and have all the correct paperwork done before the season starts, have the correct physicals, and have everything in order for everything to just work out smoothly when those unforeseen events do happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And price tickets for the games and everything. That's kind of hard to tell if you're gonna have like a tennis level being low. That's hard to tell. If I understand the price tickets are high. Some people don't want to pay the ticket, but I mean that's something out of your control, and you can't control the people wanting to come to the game. I guess what you can control is making your sports team good enough so the fans want to pay for the tickets. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. Think about it. A lot of times, student and high school events, and so when you have them for free, you have to have a certain set price for attendance. Outside people like parents and
All right. Yeah.
going to the game and paying the $5, $10, $15 ticket depending on the event. And that's a big money maker for itself that pays for the rent out of the rent of the field, part of renting out the facility, and part of that money will also go to the program,
Absolutely.
travel costs, etc.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that. Well, that was just some of the things about under management control and out of management control for high school athletic departments. So that's everything I have to say, and thank you. I hope you all enjoyed. All right.